Hey Yankees fans, today we are diving deep into a topic that is already stirring conversations across the MLB community. The New York Yankees are facing an offseason decision that could reshape the dynamics of their outfield and impact the team's future heading into the 2026 season. As we all know, Aaron Judge is the cornerstone of this franchise, the undeniable leader who carries the weight of expectations every single year. His performance, especially in the most recent postseason, was outstanding, arguably the best of his career, yet it highlighted a critical issue. The supporting cast around him simply didn't deliver the consistency needed to make a serious push for the World Series. That has now put the Yankees front office in a position where they need to carefully evaluate their options, balancing continuity, performance, and the potential risks of free agency. One of the most talked about moves is the return of Trent Grisham, who signed his qualifying offer to come back to the Bronx for 2026. It's a move that brings both intrigue and debate. On one hand, Grisham has defensive skills and experience in the Yankees system, but his performance in the postseason as a leadoff hitter left some fans questioning his ability to impact high-stakes games. Regardless, the decision to bring him back shows a willingness from the front office to maintain some stability in the outfield while they evaluate other pieces they might add. At the same time, there's buzz about Cody Bellinger potentially returning to the Yankees, a move that seems to make sense for both sides given his previous stint with the team. The thought of having Bellinger, Grisham, and Judge together in the outfield for another season already has fans speculating about the team chemistry and the defensive firepower that could emerge from such a trio. Cody Bellinger's numbers from the 2025 season speak volumes about why the Yankees would consider bringing him back. He posted a batting average of .272, showing improvement over the previous season, and combined that with 29 home runs and 98 RBIs. Beyond the stats, Bellinger brought versatility, being able to play both first base and outfield positions, which offers strategic options for the lineup. He also provided solid defense, something the Yankees sorely missed in 2024, and demonstrated the ability to be a steady, professional presence in the clubhouse. His leadership qualities are subtle yet impactful. He remained composed under pressure, maintained a positive attitude, and contributed to team cohesion, all of which are critical when building a roster capable of contending at the highest level. Looking at the broader picture, the Yankees' defensive philosophy and their approach to the postseason showed limitations in 2025. While Judge was a force on the field, the rest of the lineup struggled to match that intensity, particularly when facing top pitching in critical series. Bellinger's addition helped balance that equation, bringing both offensive power and defensive reliability, making him a player whose return could be central to the Yankees' strategy moving forward. Furthermore, his prior experience with high-stakes games, including his time with the Dodgers where he contributed to World Series victories and earned MVP recognition, gives him an edge in performing under pressure. This track record of performing in big moments is exactly what the Yankees need to complement their star-led roster. However, bringing Bellinger back is not without its challenges. One key consideration is how his presence might impact the development of younger talents like Jason Dominguez and Spencer Jones. Dominguez, at 22, is at a stage where regular playing time and exposure are crucial for his growth, while Jones, at 25, is on the verge of establishing himself in the majors. Slotting Bellinger back into the lineup could limit opportunities for these rising players, potentially delaying their development and future contributions. Additionally, Bellinger has shown some inconsistency at the plate over recent seasons, with fluctuations in batting average ranging from .210 in 2022 to .272 in 2025. While these numbers are respectable, they introduce a degree of risk when committing significant financial resources, especially given that Judge remains the team's primary offensive engine. Another consideration is the Yankees' overall financial strategy. Committing a large portion of the payroll to Bellinger might restrict the team's ability to pursue other free agents or strengthen pitching depth, which is always a critical element for sustained postseason success. That said, Bellinger's familiarity with the clubhouse, his experience playing alongside Judge, and his proven defensive capabilities in left field, center field, and first base create a compelling argument for continuity. The combination of Bellinger, Judge, and Gizam could form one of the strongest outfield units in the league, offering both strategic versatility and defensive stability. Such a setup could provide the Yankees with a significant advantage as they aim for consistency and success in the regular season and postseason alike. From a defensive standpoint, having Bellinger back strengthens every angle of the outfield. Judge's presence in right field, Gisham's in center, and Bellinger's in left would ensure top-tier defense across the board, with each player capable of contributing at a Gold Glove level. This alignment not only addresses previous weaknesses, but also opens up flexibility at first base, where Bellinger can step in if necessary. That versatility allows the Yankees to manage injuries or give opportunities to emerging players without sacrificing performance. At the same time, having experienced veterans together provides a framework for leadership, mentorship, and strategic planning that younger players can learn from. This continuity could translate directly into postseason performance, which has been a glaring area for improvement in recent seasons. Yet the risks remain. Bellinger's inconsistent batting, the potential blocking of top prospects, and the financial commitment required all factor into the decision. Without him, the Yankees could spread resources across multiple free agents, pursue emerging talents, and give younger players the chance to develop, which might yield a more balanced long-term approach. The trade-off between continuity and opportunity will be one of the defining decisions for the Yankees as they look to construct a roster capable of contending immediately while also planning for sustained success. Ultimately, this offseason is shaping up to be a delicate balancing act, weighing proven talent against potential growth, defensive consistency against offensive upside, and immediate impact against long-term development. The choices made now will resonate not just in the 2026 season, but potentially for years to come. Looking ahead to the 2026 season, the Yankees have to carefully weigh the pros and cons of bringing Cody Bellinger back versus opening the door for younger talents to emerge. One of the central questions revolved around offensive consistency. While Bellinger's .272 average in 2025 showed he can still contribute significantly, his career has had ups and downs that can't be ignored. In 2022, he struggled at the plate with a .210 average, and while he rebounded in subsequent seasons, that inconsistency is a risk the Yankees have to consider when allocating a major portion of their payroll. When you pair that with the pressure of playing in Yankee Stadium, where every at-bat is scrutinized, the front office must ask whether they're getting the highest value for the investment. Bellinger's versatility and experience are undeniable assets, but they have to be balanced against potential offensive volatility. The development of Jason Dominguez and Spencer Jones is another critical factor. Dominguez, still in his early 20s, has the potential to become a cornerstone outfielder, but he needs playing time to refine his skills and adjust to the pressures of major league pitching. Blocking him with a veteran like Bellinger could slow his progression and delay the point at which he becomes a reliable contributor. Spencer Jones, on the other hand, is just a step away from making his mark at the major league level. Giving these younger players a clear path in left field or other positions could pay dividends down the line, creating a more balanced roster with a mix of established stars and rising talents. The Yankees' decision will need to strike a balance between winning now and developing a sustainable team for the future. Financial considerations are equally important. Signing a player of Bellinger's caliber requires a significant investment, one that could limit the team's flexibility in pursuing other free agents, particularly pitchers and other position players who might address areas of weakness. The Yankees have always had to navigate the challenge of balancing a high payroll with a need for depth across the roster. If too much money goes to one player, it could create gaps elsewhere that might be exploited by competitors in the division or in the playoffs. On the other hand, investing in Bellinger could secure a familiar and proven presence in the outfield, reducing uncertainty and providing a foundation around which the team can build. Another angle to consider is the impact on team chemistry and leadership. Bellinger's previous season with the Yankees highlighted his role as a steady, reliable teammate who contributed to the clubhouse environment. His ability to maintain composure during difficult stretches and support his teammates is a valuable, often overlooked aspect of team building. Having him back alongside Judge and Gizam could strengthen the team's leadership core, ensuring that younger players have role models to emulate and that the locker room remains focused and cohesive during the grind of a long season. This kind of stability can be critical in high-pressure situations, particularly in September and October, when a margin for error is slim and team dynamics can make or break a playoff run. Defensively, the combination of Judge, Gizam, and Bellinger is formidable. Judge in right field, Gizam patrolling center, and Bellinger covering left create one of the most complete defensive alignments possible, with each player capable of making game-changing plays. This is particularly relevant in Yankee Stadium, where outfield positioning and defensive coverage can prevent extra bases, shut down key rallies, and ultimately influence the outcome of tight games. Beyond their individual abilities, the chemistry among these three outfielders, developed over time, means they can anticipate each other's movements, communicate effectively, and reduce the likelihood of errors or misplays. That kind of synergy is difficult to replicate with a constantly rotating cast of outfielders. At the same time, the Yankees must evaluate alternative scenarios. If Bellinger does not return, they have the opportunity to pursue other free agents, such as Kyle Tucker or Tetsuya May, adding depth, versatility, and potential power to the lineup. This approach could allow for a more balanced allocation of resources and provide a pathway for younger players like Dominguez and Jones to step into meaningful roles. The risk, however, is that integrating multiple new players into the roster can create uncertainty in team dynamics, require adjustments to defensive alignments, and potentially reduce the overall cohesion that a trio like Judge, Gizam, and Bellinger already provides. When it comes to postseason performance, the stakes are even higher. The Yankees' struggles in the playoffs have been well documented, with strong individual performances from Judge overshadowed by a lack of consistent production from the rest of the lineup. Bringing back Bellinger, with his experience in high-pressure games, could address this gap by providing a player capable of stepping up in crucial moments. His prior postseason experience with the Dodgers, including multiple World Series appearances, demonstrates his ability to handle the intensity and spotlight of playoff baseball. That said, his inconsistencies at the plate must be accounted for, as the difference between a .272 hitter and a .300 hitter in key situations can be the difference between a deep postseason run and an early exit. Another consideration is the Yankees' flexibility in managing injuries and player rotations. Bellinger's ability to play both outfield and first base provides insurance against potential injuries, allowing the team to adapt without significantly compromising performance. This versatility is particularly valuable in a league where injuries are inevitable and the demands of a 162-game season can take a toll on even the most durable players. By contrast, relying on younger, less experienced players carries inherent risks, as they may struggle with the physical and mental demands of extended play or the pressure of performing under the bright lights of Yankee Stadium. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. Whispers have been swirling through clubhouses and front offices alike, but the latest murmur has hit the baseball world with the weight of a thunderclap. VLADIMIR Guerrero Jr. has reportedly reached an agreement with the New York Yankees. Nothing is official, no spokesperson has stepped forward, and no cameras have captured signatures on dotted lines. Yet the buzz refuses to fade, carried by insiders convinced that the Yankees have moved aggressively to secure one of the most electric bats in sport. The rumor paints a vivid picture. Guerrero Jr., known for his breathtaking combination of raw strength and uncanny contact ability, sliding into the heart of the Yankees lineup like a long-awaited missing piece. Contact and power, an anonymous scout was overheard saying, "That's what they've been chasing, and that's exactly what he brings." It makes too much sense. The idea alone has stirred excitement among fans who've long dreamed of pairing his explosive swing with the short right field porch of the Bronx. Some around the league claim that quiet meetings have already taken place, that conversations between Guerrero Jr.'s camp and the Yankees have intensified, and that both sides see mutual benefit in a fresh start. Others insist this is just noise amplified by the off-season silence, a fantasy born of wishful thinking. But even skeptics admit the fit feels almost too perfect. A generational hitter joining a franchise forever hungry for star power. Within baseball circles, the chatter grows louder. Could this be the move that shifts the competitive balance? Could Guerrero Jr. thrive under the bright lights and impossible expectations of Yankee Stadium? Sources won't confirm, but they also won't deny. And that, perhaps, is what keeps the rumor burning. For now, it remains just that, a rumor, a ripple of speculation echoing through the sport. But if the whispers prove true, the Yankees may be on the verge of landing a bat capable of altering the narrative of an entire season. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.